So let's wait for a while until other participants will join. Hello, we're still waiting for other participants.
Hello.
Hello. Let's wait for a few more minutes. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to post a link to the document into Zoom chat. And be available here. So welcome everyone on our bi-weekly community meeting of developing Cozystack. Please feel free to add yourself in attendance list. To have the opportunity editing this document, you just need to get access to this Google group. You can just join to this Google group and you'll get access to editing this document automatically. Today we have a lot of probably new people on this call. If you want to take a little bit to put few words about yourself, it's a good time to do that right now. Just put few words about who you are, where you work, and if you're interested. Okay, let's switch to the announce that we have Telegram group in Telegram. It's called Cozystack, where you can join and ask your questions. We also have Slack channel in official Kubernetes Slack. We still monitor it and also helping users to solve their questions. And today in agenda, we have a few topics. The topic one is that now we have new Brew packages for Cozystack. Thanks. Alexey, would you like to introduce it a little bit?
Yeah, hello. So now we have our tab to use any our tools with Brew. I'm not sure what I can say about it.
Yeah, for now, if you're using OS, and I was pretty surprised that Brew also works for Linux. So for now, you can easily access all the tooling we use for Cozystack, actually CozyHR and CozyPKG. Also, Cozy Values, again, some development tools as well. They are available in Homebrew tab. I think we also have it. Have you documentation updated for how to install it? Probably not yet.
Yeah, in most packages.
Okay, thank you. The second thing we would like to introduce, also thanks to Alexey, we have introduced K3 as support. And since version 1.0 Cozystack will support installing on other distributions, not only Talos Linux, we just faced with few limitations of Talos Linux, especially sometimes it's very difficult to install it on closed environments. So there is not everywhere you can install the Talos Linux itself. For that reason, we have prepared the instruction. It is still on review. You can check if it is working for you. You can find it on Cozystack website. The pull request for K3S is still open, I think, or we already merged it. Yeah, this add documentation for generic Kubernetes deployment. So K3S is was chosen for as a main method for bootstrapping Kubernetes as the easy one, but it should also work with any other Kubernetes distributions, let's say KubeSpray, KubeAdm, and Erkey. If you're interested in testing these, please try it out and provide your feedback. Also, if I remember correctly, we also are working on adding RAM support. Starting with version 1.0, the Cozystack will have basic support for running in RAM again. And let's discuss what is left for the version 1.0 release. For now, we have few betas released already. In the version beta 3 should be already available. Oh, it's not cut it. It's not cut yet. Okay, I think we will cut beta 3 today. And we still need to rework the documentation because the new packaging system is slightly different to what we have before. The documentation will be split to two separate chapters. The chapter 1 for version 0, who's still using it, and version 1, which is new one and correct one. Documentation. We have already tested the migration procedure from the version 0. It works fine. We just did not document it yet. If you're running your dev clusters, you can actually already install it on version 1.0. That should be quite stable. And if you want to upgrade your old version 0 to version 1, there is a documentation of what should be done here. So we worked hard to make the upgrade very simple. I think even some tasks from here, they will be disappear in a while because the things from this documentation already automated in the Cozystack migration. Is there anything else? What is blocking us from the release 1.0 release? I think backup system can also block us. What is current state of backup system, Timothy, right now? Could you please put a few words regarding this?
Yeah, I think what we need to add for the backup system is correct role bindings so that the default tenant roles can view the resources that they should be able to view, can create the ones that they should be able to create, and so on. And I would probably like to have the KubeVirt Valero plugin pre-installed, but maybe that's not a hard requirement. And apart from that, I don't think there's much else that we really should add. So
Yeah,
the backup system needs some configuration to really make it functional, and we're not shipping that quite yet, but I think I should in the next 1 or 2 days. And it's dependent on Velero. But other than role bindings, which are like a bad UX feature when you don't have them, there isn't anything blocking us.
okay, thank you. I think we also have to update few components. Since we say this documentation, this version introduced few breaking changes. I think we can do some changes here just to commit that later releases will have no these changes. We need to bump KubeVirt version from 1.5 to 1.7, if I remember correct. This upgrade also will trigger the live migration for all virtual machines in the cluster. We need to check if it's a problem for our users. And also probably I would like to update OpenUI version because it has a lot of improvements to our existing version. For now, we had those custom patches for no VNC. Now these modules already implemented in upstream code, so we don't need to take care of our own patches. Miroslav, you wanted to say something, don't you?
Yes, I just placed to the chat. So as the snapshots, so the state of the snapshots.
Yeah, snapshots, the state of snapshots. Snapshots are working right now, but I think we need to create API for let users managing those snapshots. That might be considered to add into version 1. I think that more like role-based access control for PVCs and snapshots. So I think we need to allow our users manage those resources. What do you think about that, Timothy? In person, I don't think that it might break anything because it is higher level abstractions on final user objects. From the other perspective, we need to have the opportunity to limit snapshots somehow, because if users will use them a lot, that can actually make a DOS attack to the Cozystack itself. I think this is a separate topic. Let's discuss it, not discuss, let's implement it not as a blocker to version 1.0.
I would need to have a look at how cloud providers manage storage for managed services as opposed to virtual machines. It's one thing to give users access to snapshots in VM disks or backing them up, and it's a little bit different when part of the managed service is providing you with a volume to store, I don't know, data from your database. And I'm not sure that there's a lot of value in directly manipulating persistent volume claims and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that also makes sense. Maybe we need to create some higher level API for managing those. For every managed application, it seems like we need to have some sub-resources like existing snapshots, backups, and things like so. Might be interesting to construct the architecture of how it should work in Kubernetes API. All right. Also, there are a few breaking changes which I would consider in version 1.0. That's actually the version where we map our major version. So we can introduce some breaking changes, and they are renaming MySQL to MariaDB because the MySQL application for now is managed by MariaDB application by MariaDB operator. That would probably need to write also some migration, which will rename existing MySQLs or just say that we are not supporting that. And another idea also to remove the virtual machine resource, because for now we have another API, it's called VM instance and VM disk, which actually replaces it. Maybe we just also need to write a migration procedure for that. So I would agree if we release 1.0 and we don't do these changes, those applications should continue existing as it is now with no further changes. The only option to do this migration is to do that right now. What do you think about it?
I don't think we should try to rename any of the existing MySQLs because this sounds so disruptive that it would be a bit too easy to break something. I think we should document and maybe provide scripts how to migrate a given MySQL application to MariaDB. But I don't think we should force it upon the user. Just remove the Helm chart, remove the external artifact, so it's not possible to manipulate MySQL through the existing APIs anymore. But otherwise, let cluster administrators take care of it in the maintenance window of their own.
That's a good idea. I think if we'll have a script for which will simplify the migration of existing resources, it shouldn't be very difficult. Even in case if we have virtual machine, it use data volume under the hood. So we can even remove this data volume and reuse the existing volume, just name it different way. But we need to have scripts which would simplify these operations because all the steps should be done one by one. All right, thank you. We have also a few topics in OpenFlower. First idea is to reuse the common practice of using feature flags. Just for example, we have backup system which is not, which is currently in alpha state. Shouldn't we cover it with feature flags? Usually, this thing allows you to keep code base quite clean. For now, we have a lot of differences between version 0 and version 1. I think that's more about the making decision that in the future we will use feature flags for enabling alpha and maybe even beta functionality. No ideas. Okay. The second question is discussion about the packaging and vendoring Helm charts. It came up from our internal discussion that right now we have this scheme that all the applications are actually stored as code with upstream Helm charts in our repository, and sometimes it might be what kind of problems we have with that? So every time when we update anything, we see that all the files change it. But we don't, to be honest, I'm not sure if there is even problem with that. So one of the option how it is done in different products, usually people using upstream charts and just create customized patches for them. That makes code base smaller, but more things are invisible there. I like this way of organization that you can see that everything is changed. Everything that is changed, it is reflected in Git diff. Is there any thoughts regarding this?
Maybe it could be quite hard to support multiple versions with this approach.
What do you mean by multiple versions?
For example, multiple versions of an application.
Yeah, that's also the thing. I like I would put it like we need to get a ready artifact ready to install. What is artifact? Artifact is actually Helm chart, which is pre-built and have all the manifests we need to install. So in case of Cilium, we have Cilium chart which includes the upstream chart. This chart is downloaded from the Cilium repository itself. The question is how it gets there. For now, it is just stored in Git as it is. And the question is if we want to change this mechanic somehow.
So maybe it could be a map, you know, like a Cozystack version maps to some Helm chart upstream version. And those map could contain a Git commit in an upstream chart or something.
Yeah,
that also might be a good point for Dependabot, which will automatically bump the versions. Please go ahead, Alexei.
Yeah, I think we should not include the whole chart from external place. We can use it like submodule. So the Git and the Dependabot can handle this to update or something. Or we can compact it like Argo CD application or Flux if it supports when you describes your app like a chart source, you pinning it with commit, and when you can polish it with customization if you need. And which will be much cleaner, I think. And if you really need to review the changes in chart on update, I think it's really possible with external tools. We should not handle changes in external packages. We're not maintainers of Cilium, for example.
Yeah, but sometimes we still need to have this opportunity to apply patches the same way like we do with upstream images. If we perform some changes, let's say in code base, we usually put them into separate Docker file, which actually applies those changes to the images. The same thing applies to the Helm itself. Let me just show you.
We can still use this schema, but compact the chart into just one file, point into the chart, and rewrite images like values or something.
All right, so it can be some external format for doing this. I like this idea. Actually, for diff, we already have Cozy char, but it needs to have access to the locally stored and unpacked Helm chart. So if we can handle that on file system to keep the structure the same, then we can actually go with this approach. That means that for now we have this logic when some chart includes upstream chart. This one should be sim-linked to the specific location in a file system. It can be even outside of the existing repository, or it can be submodule, which stores those changes externally. Regarding the submodules, I have a worry about using this technology. I think it is not very useful. I don't know how to say that correctly. But it looks like we would go with submodules approach. We just need to have another repository like Cozystack vendor Helm charts, and just to put submodules from this repository. But Cozystack vendor charts should keep all the manifests like it was before. What do you think about this approach?
I think we should vendor charts, but in external place.
Mm-hmm.
We should define them here shortly, clean, and vendor them like in Golang. You describe it with one string, but rendering it in our subfolder.
Yeah, that might be also the opportunity to have Cozystack vendor something directory in the same chart, in the same repository, or should we move it outside?
I think it's fine to have it in the main repo, excluded from diff, and we should be fine, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and this
of the main package, and then we can update some other package. Don't touch the base our Cozystack platform. For example, some bugs and some critical issues.
do you think? Sorry, I didn't get this.
Okay, that's about keeping some system, not system package or system package in other repositories, and update it independently. Don't touching the base Cozystack platform itself. So I think the Cozystack need to create just only package source and package resource, and just link some others bundles inside the manifests.
Yeah, I got what you're talking about. So this is about moving all the stuff we're having in the core to other repository. We have this in the plan. We are not ready to that yet because the CI system is not ready yet. We need to rewrite the CI system to have the tests running on this external repository. But that's a good point to have it, to keep Cozystack as a main core tooling and have the opportunity to connect it to the external repositories. So regarding the Helm charts, I'm fine with having a vendor directory here and have sim links, and those should be relatives from here actually. That would simplify us agents, which can actually be configured to never do the changes in upstream vendor charts, and still keep the opportunity to us to override charts when we really needed it. I'm fine with this solution. Timothy, I would like also to get your feedback regarding this. Oh, Timothy is not here.
Also, I think we can make our patches to the charts more conventional by using customize. as a layer.
Yeah, for now we have this contract that all the patches we're defining for charts in our repository, actually, they can be performed any way you want to. We just need to have this make update target, which will actually update, perform needed steps to update the chart itself. I'm totally fine if we will have, instead of this bunch of sed and AVK commands, we will have customized, which will perform the same. But in fact, the result of these modifications should always be stored in the same repository.
Yeah, for example, we can create some custom resource for it and just apply it inside the system chart, system package inside. So we have on the page, we have some other resources, and inside it, I don't know how it's patched.
I think it doesn't matter how it get patched. That's just entry point is make update. When you run make update, do whatever you want, but please store the resulting things in repository. So in the further, it can be simply installed with no extra modifications in runtime. I don't really like if we have some modifications in runtime because it brings a lot of problems. We need to have ready artifact which we just deliver by installing it, like package or Cozystack application. All right, any other thoughts regarding this? This way, let's switch to pull requests that need attention. I already put few of them here. We have few pull requests. So this pull request actually allows egress traffic to monitoring system in parent tenants. For now, I think that it should be fine. The only worry I have, because if we allow egress traffic to the logs, it will also allow tenants to read the logs from the upstream tenants, and I think that might be some kind of security issue. How can we solve that?
I think we should use something like a pool model to gather logs and metrics from tenants. We can use vSpr as hotfix because right now it's not possible to read logs from tenants, but we should rework it later with some proxy mechanism.
Yeah, I think that might be some user space proxy, some Go binary, which just applies all the needed labels for all the requests for reading and even for writing. Maybe it could be some additional storage.
Also, I think we can use multi-tenant functionality in monitoring to separate tenants from the root.
Yeah, but actually this patch will allow, if you have just a single monitoring running in a tenant root, if we will allow it, the users will also allow to read the logs from the system logs which we have in tenant root. So it also looks like that we need to have separate system monitoring, and still it not solves this problem fully.
Yeah, absolutely valid. This is just hotfix in my case.
Yeah, so I think we need to have some kind of user space proxy which runs in the same namespace and also controls which labels can be used to query metric storage and log storage, and also for writing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe should we also move the monitoring system out of this logic? doesn't work well anyway. Just to have one single Cozy monitoring for all the cluster. And for now, if I remember correct, the OpenAUI dashboard already has the opportunity to show some metrics in dashboard itself, so we can implement those methods to show them to the users. But that's one of the things which should be investigated. Okay, I think we will not come up with a decision right now, but thank you for discussion. The second pull request is actually from the community, I think. That looks like continue work of trying to add Elasticsearch. Unfortunately, we get blocked by adding Elasticsearch because the license was incompatible to Cozystack. Elasticsearch is licensed by Elastic license, and it is not compatible with Apache 2. And we have commitment to CNCF to keep using only open source licenses. OpenSearch is a fork of Elasticsearch, so it should probably solve this problem, and we can implement this functionality in Cozystack. Is there anybody who would like to review this pull request?
I spent a lot of time once trying to deploy OpenSearch at another place of work, and I guess I could take a look at it. I know some of the pitfalls.
Thank you. Because I think it should be almost ready to use. It should be, yeah, it use OpenSearch operator. And it should actually, we just need to validate if it works or not, and we just keep it at as is. We also need to check if the user space application or apps OpenSearch does not include some images. We should not allow users to specify images because it could actually compromise the system. All right, thank you. I will assign it to you, Timothy. And another community issue is for adding additional instance types. We probably need to review that as well. Yeah, and it probably adds it for the user space applications. Could you review that, Timothy, too? Or Ivan, maybe you?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. Good. Bug scrap. Yeah, that's what we discussed already. Probably no other issues from the community. The last ones already described. So in this way, we are probably done. Do we have any other questions?
Yeah, can we get back to feature flags? What's the idea behind that?
Yeah,
because,
sure.
Because feature flags are more on the development side, I think, and not about like API or something. So the feature flag is mostly the attribute of a trunk-based development where you just keep all of your code in the master branch, and don't have like long development branches. And to introduce the changes, you have a feature toggling, as it is named. So you just disable a part of functionality and then you enable it when it is almost done. So that's it. And how it is related to
this is
Cozystack, I'm not sure.
this is exactly about that. For now, we get into the situation when we had to cut releases from the previous ones, and for now we have this beautiful networking chart, which is very messy. I would like to keep everything on main branch and cover the features with feature flags. I think that also can be used for not only for development, but main purpose for this was about the consideration if we should use it for development. And one of the things is how to define them. Probably it could be part of platform chart. So now we have.
Yeah, seems so. We just can define some applications in platform chart and put a flag that enables and disables it. And when it is ready, those flag can be just removed or something.
Good. We have another topics to discuss is CRDs for deployment of custom dashboards in Grafana. Ivan, would you like to introduce it?
Yes. So some people want to create your own dashboards with deploying of the Cozystack. And I think that's a good idea. Some custom resource and operator for deploying the custom dashboards in our Grafana, I think.
Yeah, for now we just use Grafana operator, which already have this custom resource, but it probably needs somehow more control or high-level API to control it, because we need to have the opportunity for the user actually which Grafana should be configured, and that do not allow them to control Grafanas in the same for the other users. Yeah, the thing I don't like that monitoring system for us for now is not very multi-tenant. Grafana is not multi-tenant, and we're trying to make it multi-tenant, and it is not so easy. For that reason, we always have the questions how to organize access from the other tenants to the same Grafana. Maybe we need to change design here somehow. But what do you mean by custom resource definition? Should it is existing custom resource definition doesn't work for that reason, or?
It's already existing in the Grafana operator. I'm using it. It's pretty good.
I'm more about the Cozystack source, package source, not package source, for deploying of the custom dashboards inside the tenant Grafana, I think. For optimization, some routines for engineers. Because it can repeatable and it can modify. So some people can modify our dashboard for usability itself.
Yeah, for now we have that resource. I think it's created as part of, now it should be system monitoring. And it has Grafana dashboards. So this kind Grafana dashboard, how would you like to modify it, or why not using the same resource?
Yes. I'm about the tenant. About extra monitoring, not the system.
Yeah, there is some confusion of this. So there are two options. How can you use Cozystack right now is like distribution. In this way, we don't install anything by default. And the Cozystack as a product, as a platform, which is promoted on our website actually and has everything included. In this scheme, we deploy this monitoring system into tenant root and any other tenants which requested to have this monitoring enabled. So Ivan is saying more about how to configure this tenant monitoring by the user, and we don't have this resource for the user available yet. That's true. The way how can we allow them to modify it, it's probably requires some additional designing. But again, the problem of that we're trying to use Grafana, which is not very multi-tenant in multi-tenant system. I think it is not possible to set up a Grafana dashboard for certain users only, is it? Or it might have different UI.
Probably we can add volumes to the monitoring package and just enable some other.
Yeah, but it will not solve the problem. Actually, all the resources, dashboards can be configured just by creating these resources. We just need to find a way how to define them and let this API be available by the users. Evgen have hand raised.
I have a question from theoretical theory that maybe it's possible to have a common a metrics engine, but have a separate Grafana on every tenant.
Yeah, that's probably about, or yeah, that might be a solution. That might be a solution. And so we can actually implement the proxies and also connect Grafana to the same proxies. That will actually solve the problem. Maffei?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had some network problems, so maybe I missed an important part of the discussion. But I mean, why can we not try and support the built-in authentication mechanisms that Victoria Metrics provides? Grafana also supports OIDC, and it supports passing the authorization token to the metric store. Won't that work for us?
I'm not aware of this. If such feature is existing, so that's true that
it does exist. It does exist. Once for one company, I implemented multi-tenancy for metrics using exactly this kind of feature.
That sounds very interesting. And what about remote writes and for the logs and metrics? For example, to allow tenant users, subtenants to write into parents' storage, but not allow them to read logs from the other tenants.
We should consult the documentation of Victoria metrics and Victoria logs. I mean, they do support this. There's a problem that this might not be dynamic in the sense that if you were writing into a parent tenant and then you deployed your own monitoring stack, it may be difficult to properly transfer all of the
it seems they already have
rules.
this.
And I think this will like some sort of your own operator, similar in fashion to the Victoria metrics operator, that will configure the config map which takes care of the authentication rules in the metric storage.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. It seems like we need to investigate it more. But again, thank you for input. And any other thoughts about this? Okay, let's switch to another topic. Add ability to the creation. Add ability to creation. Sorry. Clone of a virtual machine in dashboards.
Yes, yes.
That might be done by, I think it is available already. So when you create a virtual machine disk, nothing go wrong. So for now, when we create virtual machine disk, there is an opportunity to specify image, but there seems no opportunity to specify other disks. So it should be actually done by the opportunity to specifying it like this way. Source disk and the name of other disk, which can be used for creating other virtual machine. The things of cloning, yeah, that just should be implemented that way. Because the instance here, what's wrong with that?
Yes, we can create the data volume of VM disk, but we cannot create the clone of already exists VM instance, because now we haven't tool for shutdowning of it. And for example, we can create the button near of VM instance, and it will create of resource which will power off the VM instance and create VM disk of it, additional VM disk of it.
I think this more about adding some easy actions for the virtual machine to shoot it off and shoot it on, and also make some quick restart, connect over WinC, but we already have WinC. So we just need to add those simple actions for the user to not force them changing the manifests. If we're talking about the cloning, so creating similar virtual machine resource in the same namespace, that's usually means that you just need to get the same YAML and just apply it with different name. Not sure if it makes sense to have such option available to the existing design we're having right now. But yeah, we can add some sugar for this, at least for cloning virtual machine disks, because it's more
yes,
expected to be here. Yeah, that's it. Any other thoughts regarding this? All right, then. If we don't have any other questions, we are probably done. Going once.
I've seen an upgrade of KubeVirt for the release 1.0, and there's an issue with that. Those upgrades will not only trigger a live migration for all instances, but it will require a restart. And there is
restart of virtual machines.
Yes, actually. And there's a critical bug in KubeVirt repo that lasts for like a month or something, and they are currently investigating that. So I suggest that an upgrade would be performed to 1.6 something version, but not 1.7. for now.
Okay, there is another bug I found in KubeVirt right now. It is not working well with 1.44 Kubernetes. It makes patches. So there's some issue with live migration for the virtual machines. And this bug is solved in 1.7. Could you please mention this bug into these documents? We will investigate this, and thank you for input. All right then, Miroslav.
Yeah. So when you will implement the VM cloning, please allow customization. Like I would like to put this VM to other storage class or customize resources or whatever. So not do like clone one-to-one, like allow customizations.
Yeah, I think part of this API will be implemented as part of backup restore process. For now, it will allow you to restore it, I think, with exactly the same name, but we will fix that soon. Alexei, please go ahead.
Yeah, I have a next question, if you're done with this one.
Yep.
I think we should discuss OpenBAO, like Vault fork, about adding it to Cozystack. I'm not sure we trust enough to our users about case or something. It's a very sensitive point not to lose your tokens or something. And do we really want to add Vault or OpenBAO as alternative? We can use. Do we trust our users enough to not lose?
I do really like Vault API. It was fine. I didn't use it for a long time. I know that many things have already implemented in Kubernetes itself, so we can have REST encryption at etcd, but this is not something that we provide as a service. I think that we really need to have some KMS-as-a-Service, and OpenBAO can be one of the solutions.
Yeah, and it works great. I'm talking about, can we store somehow keys from encryption storage? How should we manage it? In the day we lost with keys or something happens with it, we will have an angry user. It's not good enough for us, I think.
I think it should be intended actually if user says that I want to bring my own key and only this key can decrypt the secrets. That's the only option. We should put big disclaimer. If you lose this key, please don't blame us. We provide you such opportunity.
But we should add this disclaimer to any installation because any OpenBAO installation should use keys. And the user should keep it somewhere in the safe place outside the Cozystack.
Yeah, that's true. They also have interesting task. We would need to implement bring your own keys for PVCs, but that's another topic to discuss. I think one of the needed services we need to implement is Registry. And I'm not sure which one should we use. There are two implementations I like is Harbor and Nexus.
Can I chime in about OpenBAO?
Yep.
Alexei, do you want users to each manage their own installation of OpenBAO, or would you consider having OpenBAO as a sort of secrets engine in Cozystack, like AWS Secret Manager? What do you think about that?
Probably you've seen my proposal about moving any secrets to secret storage. Yeah. This is one way it can be used. And the second way can be used just as managed service. In both installation, the user should keep the case, and what I'm worrying about.
No, not exactly. If OpenBAO is a global multi-tenant installation for the entire Cozystack cluster, then it's the admins that should take care of the keys. I mean, sure, the users can bring their own keys or use it as a key management system, but it's the admins that then should be responsible for keeping the encryption keys safe for the entire installation.
Yeah, that might be one of the solutions. So not create separate OpenBAO per each user, but use one common one. The same way like we do with Keycloak right now. We have one common Keycloak for all the cluster. This way we can provision OpenBAO as system application and just use it in multiple tenants. All right, then we are running out of time. Thank you everyone for this warm and cozy meeting. See you in 2 weeks in the same time.
Thank you.
No.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, guys. Thanks for
Bye,
watching.
guys.